reason I'm laughing, I just did 4.5 minutes, my hands talking, explaining about how I've downsized everything. So I'm going to streamline it. I've basically cut my monthly comics of ongoing titles down to about 20 issues, which means it's 5 issues a week of ongoing. I get the occasional miniseries, but not many. And so that means I don't have the same impulse to go to my comic shop every week to make sure I pick up my weekly comic haul. And so my comic reviews will be coming a lot less because, for one, there'll be less number ones because I'm not getting many more ongoing new titles. I'll get the occasional miniseries. But my main focus now for my channel is going to be collector's editions because that's where my enjoyment lies. Because you have the freedom of reading a complete story and you don't feel obliged if you think it's good but not amazing, or you're not really that keen on the characters, but you like that storyline. It means you don't feel that thing where you've got to get gap fillers. You can just stick to what you want. So it gives you, I'm basically cherry picking what I want to get. And like I said, the focus is going to be the formats like the compact comics, DC Finest, Epic Collections, all the Marvel, the 2000 AD range, manga, and all of the wonderful stuff. So that's my channel going forward. From it has been slowly evolving into that, but that's what its main purpose will be now, is graphic novels with the occasional comic thrown in. So let's look at my haul for this week. It's 5 books, and it might look like God, you're still spending a lot. No, I got some really good deals, and I'll explain as I go along. So first up is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. Oh my God, am I glad I got this book. It is amazing. It's got loads of praise, and rightfully so. As it says here, from the macabre imagination of award-winning comic creator Emily Carroll, or E.M. Carroll as they go by now, 5 mysterious and chilling stories which follow journeys into and out of the eerie abyss. It says here, enchanting, Carroll's talent is immense. The mood of these stories is Brothers Grimm by ways of Patricia Highsmith or Stephen King, while her drawings seem to channel Edward Gorey. And I'd also say people like Ralph Steadman. And the artist from Breathtaking, Mark Wheatley, very similar to that. This is just amazing. I'll be doing a proper review of this because I've just finished this today and I adored it. So it's going to be a very positive review, but I'll just do a quick flick through. Highly recommend this. It's very reasonably priced, whichever country you get it from. And it's a great one for pulling you out of your comfort zone for art style and for story style. It's very, very horror. This is how I wanted basically the EC horror lines to be, the recently resurrected ones. This is chilling as fuck in all the best possible way, and I adored it. And I love how they do the lettering as well, how the lettering becomes part of the art. Wow, yeah. I highly recommend picking this up. Like I said, I'm not going to give a full review. I'll be doing a review video of it tomorrow. I'll be front facing so I can go into it more with you. But yeah, it's got my highest recommendation. I'm definitely going to be getting their other 2 books, what they've got out. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And then another one that came today is Sinister Dexter Bulletopia. I adore Sinister Dexter. This is the first collected volume they've done in, God, a long time. Must be at least 10 years, if not more. And the reason I've done this one now, oh, by the way, it's gorgeous. It's got Steve Ewell on art and also Tazio Bettin. Dan Abnett is the writer, who obviously made it big in America as part of DNA with their run on a lot of Marvel Cosmic, Legion comics, etc. But Sinister Dexter are basically futuristic hitmen. It's just wonderful. There's Steve Ewell of Zenith fame, those Invisibles, doing the artwork there. And Tazio Bettin here, who this reason why this is essential reading as well. This ties into the kind of like the sideways launch of a new series spawning out of this, which you don't realize it was a spin-off of this until halfway through the series, Azimuth, which is coming very soon, which is gorgeous. And yeah, this is just fantastic, wonderful stuff. So I'll be hopefully reading this tonight if I've got the time. I want to read all the stuff I've got recently. Just so good. But yeah, wonderful package, really nice graphic novel, very high quality paper. and that's the one that's coming soon, Azimuth, in about 2 weeks' time. So highly recommended this, and like I will be doing a review of this as well. Obviously, it's 2000 AD, and this is a really big size book. This is by Zoe Foregood. This is a book she did before the, oh, what's it called? Something Center of the Earth. The one I got that a while ago. Her like semi-autobiographical book about struggling with depression. But this is very oversized. I mean, Sinister Dexter Bloodtopia is a big book. So as you can see, it's very, very, very oversized. And I think this was like the book that launched her, but not in the same way that the book she did for Image did. The book that she did for Image did for her. But beautiful art. This is about an artist who, just as about to get famous, just as the work's taken off, they realise that they're going to be losing the sight within a matter of months. And so, again, don't know which one to read next because this looks appealing as well as the other one does. And it's just a beautiful format as well. Really, again, really high quality. Thick pages, wonderful. And then, I adore Titans hardbacks. They're always oversized. Same size as the Impending Blindness of Billy Scott. And this is Cultopia, again by a wonderful British artistic and writer team. It collects a series that came out a while ago. It's kind of like cyberpunky, Blade Runner-ish, Akira, shades of Akira, etc. But the presentation is just beautiful. Just look at those inlays and the artwork. It's just great. So again, I don't know if I'm going to be reading this next or not. I've got to take a serious look and decide which one to read next because each one looks amazing. I just wiped my lens. I think it was looks a bit streaky. So yeah, I mean, see what I mean about it looking very Akira-like. Again, can't wait to dive into this. It's just this imagery. When I decide, even though it looks like I'm impulsive of what I buy, I research. This is how nerdy I am when it comes to comics. I research every book that I'm going to buy. It's not just impulse buys. I really do go on Google. I look at images online. I read synopsis of them, study who the artists and writers are, and then that's when I decide, right, I'm going to look on eBay, etc., or get deals, online wherever. And that's what I've done with these. And I just studied this because the image always struck me, the cover image, but I thought I need to know more about this. And yeah, this looks fucking amazing. And of course, once I've read it, I will give a review. Can't beat a few cyber samurais as well, for good measure. So does that one. And it says, Kiltopia is the epitome of mecha cyberpunk storytelling with its clear homage to old school manga and anime. This is the perfect dystopian universe. And my final book, which is the first one I got out of all this bunch, is New Adventures from the Trigon Empire. Now, Trigon Empire was a series that initially came out years ago. We're talking like the 60s in Look and Learn and similar children's manga comics. And it was just wonderfully painted artwork. And Rebellion, who published this and also published 2000 AD, have the rights to that library, and they basically brought out 6 volumes of those classic strips in these nice deluxe volumes, which I am going to get eventually. They're an investment, and obviously the artwork's beautiful, but it is 1960s and 70s writing, so I've got to be in the mood for it because it's slightly more archaic than modern day writing. But because they own the rights to Trigon Empire, they decided to do a series like a soft reboot. So this is New Adventures of Trigon Empire by Michael Carroll, who writes a lot of Judge Dredd, and Tom Foster, who normally does ink work, and his ink work is very much reminiscent of Brian Bolland, but his paint work looks very Glenn Fabry, as you can see here. So this is a European format hardcover. And it says here, for the first time in 40 years, the Trigon Empire rises once again. Michael Carroll, who did the wonderful series Dreadnoughts for Just Dread magazine with John Higgins, and Tom Foster, Just Dread artists, bringing new adventures from the Trigon Empire, continuing the classic best-selling comic story, originally told by Mike Butterworth and Don Lawrence. That's it, Don Lawrence. So that's the synopsis now. Just hold it to the screen for a second or two. Let's just open it up. So like I said, it's like a European style format hardcover original graphic novel. So you have the intro, family tree, and then the painted artwork. This might be the first one that I'll read actually because it's only 64 pages, so less of a time investment. But yeah, very painterly. So the Tringers are very much like almost like a Roman Empire kind of ruling class, but they are aliens as well. And yeah, it looks really cool. I've not read Trigon Empire in years since I think last time I read them was about 10. So we're talking about 45 years ago, 46 years ago. But like I said, I will be getting the books. So yeah, really happy with that. And what I was mentioning, how can I spend all this much? I look for bargains. This normally, it's brand new. It's only been out a few weeks. Normally £19.99. I got this for £10 from eBay, free postage. This normally is £24.99 or $29.99. I got this for £10 from eBay, free postage. This normally is £19.99. On the Bezos site, it was reduced just for today, yesterday to £13, so I picked it up, free postage. These two were reduced, and Amazon, who are trying, like I said, I do shop more on eBay booksellers now. But Amazon were doing, if you buy 2 books that were on the list, you could get 10% off the total amount, and they're also reduced. So it cost me £20 for the pair of them, which I think is really good going, because normally this is £14.99 and this is £12.99. So that's everything so far. I'm not sure if there's anything more coming in the week. I can't remember. There might be a few manga ones. I'm not too sure. But hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, there will be doing some reviews. I'm definitely doing a review of this tomorrow. And I'm going to try and read at least 2 of the remaining 4. Okay, hope you enjoy that. Bye.